Today I'm updating the lighting of this 2015 Keystone Montana with these puck lights, and I also will be adding a dimmable switch. Changing these out because I think these look cleaner and they produce a daylight instead of this yellow warm light. Alright, before we begin, as always, I would love it if you subscribe. But I'm going to go over what I'm going to use for this project. I'm using these puck lights. Came with a little kit with a hole saw, your wire nuts. Hole saw I'm probably not going to use. Instead, I'm going to drill out the holes better with this electric jigsaw. I have some more wire nuts, some electrical tape, wire strippers, the dimmable switch that I want to add, a Sharpie, painter's tape, some measuring devices, and just a drill with a Phillips head. So let's get started. Alright, first thing I'll do is cut the power, and I'm going to take out the lights. Next step, I'm going to pull these wires down. I'm going to cut these off and strip them. Then I'm just going to feel up here because I don't want to cut into any stringers or other wires, so I'm just going to push the wires out of the way, so when I'm making my cuts I'm not going to cut them. And again, make sure that I'm not going to cut into any of the stringers in the roof. I just want to cut this luan here. Once I've done that, I'm going to take this tape and put it up here. Now this is for two purposes. It's one, to kind of protect the ceiling, and two, so I can mark where the hole is going to be. Now what I want to do is, so I can kind of get them even in the room, I'm just going to measure to make sure they're pretty close. Again, I'm using the holes that were originally put in, but I'm trying to center them. And I'm not going to use this bit to cut the hole, but I will use it as a template for the jigsaw. I am going to use the jigsaw to cut the hole. Once the hole's cut out, I can take the tape off. So with these, this red wire here, or the orange wire here, is the power wire, but on here it comes off with a black wire, but I need to put the red power wire on there. So for this one, it's going to be the red to black. Your RV may be different, but with this one, it's the white wire here is the ground and the black is the positive. So I will hook up those wire nuts, try the power, just to make sure it works before I tape them. Then I will tape these wire nuts. And then tuck them back in, and these have these little clips that you have to push up, and then it tucks back in there. Now I'm going to do that 3 more times in this room, and then get to wiring the dimmer switch. If you didn't want to put in a dimmer switch, that's all you'd have to do to replace those lights, and they'll come on and off. Alright, all 4 of the lights are on. Now I am going to install the dimmer switch. Right now I just have it on a regular switch, and what you got to do is obviously take the switch out. So with the wiring here, you have your ground wire that goes, you can see this, here's the ground wire, and then the switch has the 2 positives. So you'll have the 1 wire coming in from the fuse box with the positive, and then leaving the switch to the lights, and then the ground wire. The ground wire is just one continuous, it's not cut. What you'll have to do with the dimmer switch is you'll have to cut this wire. Here I have a 3-wire dimmer switch. I will take the 2 positive leads off of that switch and attach them to the two leads that need positive wires here, I'll have to cut this ground wire and then reattach all three grounds together with a wire nut. So again, I will cut this negative wire. And then I will take the two positive wires. Now all my wires are cut. I have a black wire on this dimmer switch, which takes a positive lead, a red wire which takes a positive lead, and then the white wire goes to the ground wires that I've cut here. So I will first attach those. Next, I'm going to attach the positive wires. And if you see, these lights are now dimmable. If you attach the positive wires and it does not dim, try switching the two positive wires. If they're not hooked up correctly, if you don't have the outgoing and incoming positive wires hooked up right, it's not going to dim, it'll just stay bright. I will tape these wire nuts up. Okay, so here's kind of the close-up of it. You're going to have your ground wire to these grounds. One of the positive leads to one of your positive leads that goes to the lights, and one of your positive leads for the positive lead that comes from the fuse box. This, again, is a 3-wire. If you had a 4-wire dimmable switch, you would just have one of your leads going to one ground and then take that other lead, the 4th wire, and put it to the other ground and not have them all together like that, if that makes sense. There it is, the updated dimmable lighting in the 2015 Montana High Country. Hopefully this video is helpful. Until the next one, thanks for watching.